Solana looks like it's going to roll over and move toward $30. I've been waiting almost 7 days for this particular short trade setup, and it's looking like it's unfolding in a textbook-like manner with incredibly high probability. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's dive straight into Solana. So with Solana, what we said was we had this nice move to the downside and we should anticipate an A, B, C correction because markets tend to move in 5s and 3s. Now, if you see me in the R15 Crypto Gym where we do daily workouts on Solana, I want to show you this. The workout in itself is around 2 minutes every single day. We do BNB, Solana, and Bitcoin. And what I said in the market, and this is the live video from the 4th of August, was that we're likely to see a move to the downside and then a correction, this ABC that we're talking about. And if we get this happening and this high hasn't been exceeded, then we should anticipate a movement to the downside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into the live chart, right? Live chart. Let me just get rid of these green drawings that I just did now. So what we can see now is how we had this move down as we saw before, but was anticipating ahead of time this A, B, C style correction. And with the momentum moving over here. Now, if you're familiar with momentum, there's thousands of momentum indicators. By far, my favorite is the stochastics RSI. And by the way, if you want the settings to my stochastics RSI and this exact chart template, we have a chart template, which I have a full screen setup with a very particular settings, Elliott wave analysis. You can now download it for free. It's in the link below. Get my charts for free. Solana is one of them. So everything that we do today is going to be uploaded live and you can download it into your own trading view. There's some other ones as well that you have, Bitcoin, BNB, and some of these others as well. So what we're going to do today with Solana, right, is we're going to stick with the daily chart for a second. So this now looks like a relatively clean A, B, and it looks like a wave C is forming. Either it's been complete or it's still going to be complete. Now, I'm going to go with the latter, and I'm going to show you why in just a second, because what we're looking for is for us to become the casino versus the amateur gambler. The casino, what's the difference? Well, the house always wins. The casino always wins. Why? Because it has an edge in its favor over the player. Now, you are playing against other players in this game. Whether you're trading, if you're buying and selling, if you're holding, there's millions of players with many of these coins. And what we're aiming to do is get the edge in our favor so we can see what's likely to occur next. But we don't want to jump the gun. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to jump down to a 60-minute chart or an hourly chart, which I keep in the bottom right-hand corner. And remember, you'll have access to this. So if you download the chart, I'm going to delete one of these. This is from the one that we just drew. What I want to do is I want to zoom in a bit for this part of the market. So remember, with the Solana daily workout on the 4th of August, what we said, I'm going to go into the section where I went to the 60-minute chart. This is what we were anticipating. This is what we're anticipating over here. And this is literally, 3, 4, 5 days ago. And look how it's unfolded. It's unfolded in a nice textbook style fashion where we was anticipating some type of A, B, C correction. But normally wave C's break down to a 5-wave sequence. And this is what I want to talk about today, what's in the red. So I'm just going to clean this up. It's going to really go into this wave C. And I want to really pay attention to this because this gives us a massive edge against other individuals that can't see this information, mainly because they're not trained. In fact, let me read this quote from my book. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. My name is Jagir, by the way, if you don't know me by now. There's a quote in chapter 2. I always start every chapter with a quote, and it's from the famous Warren Buffett. And he says, rule number 1 is never lose money. And rule number 2 is never forget rule number 1. Now we're going to do some practical implementation of this rule. And we want a methodology that we can apply. And by the way, if you want to download my book, you can now actually get it for free. It's in the description link below. Get my book. A lot of stuff on goal setting, mindset, really around kind of getting your thinking right. That's really, really cool. Download it for free. It's in the description link below. I think you'll really, really enjoy it and get some great value from it. So what we're looking at here is we don't want to enter the market too soon for the market to move against us. So what we want to know with Elliott wave patterns is wave C's, which is this final part of this move over here, typically unfold more often than not in 5 waves. And if we're looking at the red lines that I've drawn, currently the market has gone up, down, down in a corrective nature. So we should anticipate we got one more leg to the upside. I've drawn some Fibonacci price and time ratios. We won't go into too much detail of these vertical and horizontal lines, but basically this is a high probability end of wave C target zone. If Solana goes into this zone over here, then we want to look for short trade setups. Short basically just means betting on the market moving down, and we can make money as the market moves down. It's not only just long positions and buying positions. So what are we going to wait for? So I've got a trade, I've got an alert that I'm going to set. In fact, I'm going to set it. I don't think I've set it. Have I set it? All right, I'm going to set an alert. I'm going to show you. With TradingView, you can right click and you can say add an alert. This is a price alert. Basically, it says if Solana crosses this price, $44.33, I'm just going to put myself a note and say look for short trade setups. I click create. You see this little orange arrow on the right hand side that pops up. That's my alert, and I'll get a notification, email and a push notification if Solana goes above this price point. So that means I don't need to watch the chart all day long. If it does this, then I want to be on high alert. So I'm going to finish on one more thing. What I want to get across is stacking the odds in your favor, knowing that you don't know what's going to happen next. And when you know that you don't know, then you get to win. Most people, most amateurs think they know what's going to happen. Most professional traders, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, know that they don't know. But they know, like the casino, they can stack the odds in their favor, and they have consistency and trade, take every high probability setup, they're going to ultimately win, like the house ultimately wins. So what I want to show you is this. I know there's a lot of lines on the chart right now, but it will make perfect sense to you when you see what I'm about to show you. All right, so let's just play this out. We don't know if it's going to play out like this, but let's just assume for a second it does. We got this wave A, B, and a potential wave C. And it's potentially breaking down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The question you want to ask yourself is, if it unfolds like this, what should the market do as a minimum if this wave C is going to hold? And what should the market not do if this is a wave C top? The answer to those two questions gives you your entry point and it gives you your stop loss point. So let's just say we've got this top that's been made. Let's just say it comes to this region over here. A very simple entry strategy will be an entry on the swing low. As in, if the market goes below this wave 4 swing low, that's a first strong indication that the market's going to continue to the downside. If that occurs, what should the market not do? And this will give you some information on where to place your stop loss. Well, the market should not go above the prior swing high where this trend began, or we can even get a bit tighter and more sophisticated. It shouldn't even go above this swing high over here if this happens as well. So you can either be a bit more conservative and have your stop loss above here. Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully it's making sense. And then, or we can get a tighter stop loss over here so we can risk less, or we can have an earlier entry with just more profit potential, There's a few pros and cons that we want to take into consideration. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully it made sense. We were really covering this in a bit of depth. By the way, if you want to take your trading to the next level, I would love to invite you to join me when I do daily detailed analysis in the R15 Crypto Gym. It's a phenomenal product where you have me as your elite personal trainer in the crypto sphere, where we do daily workouts with Solana, and they're detailed, like the video that you saw over here with this kind of workout. And we really break it down for high probability setups. But you also get a lot of goodies. For £1, you get to test this out for a full 30 days. You'll get to join my Telegram group. You'll get a boot camp. You'll get my crypto charts. Not only Solana, you get some other goodies here as well. The boot camp. Where's the boot camp? Here we go. Here's the boot camp. 7-day boot camp. You'll get some high-level Elliott wave and Fibonacci price training, so you can kind of really get up to speed and get familiar with what we're talking about over here. So with Solana, just to summarize, I want to give it a bit more space to ideally exceed this high over here. If the price does go above this high and reaches this zone over here, then I want to be on high alert for a short trade setup. just going to go back to the daily chart just to summarize this as well. I want to be on high alert that the daily momentum is overbought. That indicates to us that we're likely going to have a daily top that's going to last quite a few days, if not quite a few weeks, because of the weekly momentum also. So we did a lot of detail today, but if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. My job is to bring you daily value, but it's really for you to become the casino. That's the biggest thing, is to have acceptable capital exposure so you're in full control of your risk, but only look for high probability trade setups. We've literally been waiting almost 7 days patiently for this setup so we can short Solana and potentially make some really good profits on the way down. And it may go down below or towards $30. And if it really unfolds, it may even go below $20. So let's just finish on a quote. I'm going to loop the same quote. Remember, you can download this book in the description link below. I think you get some great value, put a lot of energy into it. I actually wrote this back in 2017. But these quotes still hold, right? Warren Buffett, rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Very, very important, very, very powerful. So join me tomorrow for Solana's workout in the R15 Crypto Gym. £1, you get a full 30-day trial just to test it out. You get incredible value. Trust me, you're going to absolutely love it. People are just loving the detail because it's where the rubber meets the road and the reality of trading, where we're being patient, where we're standing aside, where we're putting in short orders, long orders, how we're adjusting our stop losses based on logic, and how we're really articulating the business plan for every single trade, entry to exit. So nothing's left to chance. We really, really stack the odds in our favor. So join me tomorrow for tomorrow's Solana workout, and hopefully I'll see you there.